Hello, hello. Welcome back to Around the World Kitchen. It's Paul. Today, it's soup day. My wife is from Vietnam. She loves the soup. Soup is a main component in a lot of Vietnamese households for the daily meals. Make stuff go a lot further. And this is one of those meals that you're not going to find in any Vietnamese restaurant. This is Vietnamese home cooking at its finest. And it's one of our favorite go-to ways for soups. And it's so simple, so clean, so enriching. It's gonna make your heart happy to eat it. So let's get started. So, super simple dish. Big component is the meatballs. It's a meatball soup dish. It's a pork and shrimp meatball dish. So, get your shrimp. I like getting some Costco shrimp. Whichever shrimp you want. You need about, it varies a lot. This is all leftover dinner meal. I got maybe half a pound of shrimp. You can use more. And then I got a pound and a half of ground pork from Walmart. Pound of pork works. You just shrimp and meatballs. And then the other component of the dish is your vegetable. We really like using butternut squash. It's nice and healthy. It's good for you. Our kid loves it. We love it. It adds a lot of extra sweetness to the soup. But good thing about this dish, it's whatever vegetable you want to get. You can do pumpkin. You can do a gourd. We've done tomatoes before with this dish. You can do any vegetable you have in your home. Carrots will go with this dish as well. It's a good leftover vegetable dish. We always keep shrimp and pork in our freezer as well. And then the other things you're going to need, if you want to add some extra flavor, is some garlic and some ginger for the meatballs, as well as some green onions. And then for garnish is green onions and cilantro. If you're one of the people that you got that gene that doesn't like cilantro, like my mom has, it's okay. You can skip the cilantro. Nice, easy meal. The only other thing you need is some chicken bouillon powder or some chicken stock to do. I suggest the bouillon powder, make it a lot easier. But let's get started. So, first things first, get your pot of water going, and then we're gonna get the chicken bouillon powder. Put it in, let that heat up while we get the rest of the simple prep done. My wife really likes this Dasita Korean brand. We have to order this off of Amazon because we can't find it around us. She likes it because it makes more of a clear broth, and she likes the flavor of it. But if you're just wanting just use a regular bouillon powder you can find in the store, or some of the Hispanic bouillon powder, you can do that. But I'm just using the last of this to get all the seasonings in the soup. We'll get this on the stove. We're gonna get it at high heat because we want to get this thing boiling as fast as possible. Because next thing we're gonna do, we're going to cut our vegetable up, and then we're gonna make our meatballs real quick. Okie doke. So for the meatballs, really simple. Some garlic. I like a lot of garlic, so I got about 5 or 6 cloves. You can do 2 or 3 if you want it. You want a knob of ginger. You can use either fresh ginger, or if you have a ginger paste. And then we want 2 things of green onions for that. And then we want our ground meat, and then you want your shrimp. What we like to do, we like to use a little blender for our shrimp. I'm gonna get these on over and get shrimp blended up, and then we'll start getting everything else combined. So we got our shrimp all mixed up. If you don't have a little blender, just mincing it really good with a knife. We just wanna get a nice mince on it so it can form well with the meatballs. But yeah, if you want to just use your knife and chop it up really fine, that will work just as well. But we don't want to mince it up too much, or we don't want to get warm. So we'll combine that. Then we're going to get our ground pork in. We'll set that aside, and we'll get our seasonings up real quick. So for the green onions, you just want to get these minced up. Just you gotta do a basic chop on them. Just get all those done, and then we'll get those all added in. And for the ginger, we're gonna grate it. You could get a real fine mince on it, but I like grating it because, as I always say, grating blends it in more, especially for these meatballs. I don't think you want like take a big chunk out of a bite of ginger in with them, so I like grating it. And this will help blend it all together. The ginger has such a good aromatic and flavor to the meatballs, helps with the pork flavor as well. And then I'm gonna do the same thing to the garlic. Again, you could mince the garlic if you want to, but I personally recommend grating it for these meatballs. Okay, so now we got our aromatics in. We get a little bit more seasoning. For this, do about 1.5 teaspoons of sugar. A little more if you want it. My wife always has a little bit of sugar in her meatballs. Then we're gonna add some black pepper. About a tablespoon. I like that a little more pepper in mine. And then to make this truly unique, add some fish sauce to it. If you don't have fish sauce, you can do salt. But fish sauce not only adds salt, it adds extra umami-ness to it. And since this is a Vietnamese dish, definitely go with the fish sauce if you have it. Probably add a tablespoon of fish sauce. And we're gonna get this all mixed up, and then we're gonna get our vegetable chopped up. And that's what your meatball should look like at the end. Should be all nice and combined. The shrimp and pork are mixed in with all the spices and seasonings. So we're gonna set this aside and we're gonna get our vegetable chopped up real quick. Okay, so we're gonna get our squash all prepped up. We're gonna do a small dice on this. So we're just gonna peel it real quick and get the guts out. We want a small dice because one, I prefer it being a little easier, and two, it's gonna cook a lot faster, and this is a very quick cooking soup. We're not gonna be cooking it down for a long period of time. Okay, now we got all our butternut squash cut up. We got meatballs made. Our pot of water is all heated up, so we're gonna move on over. We're gonna get the soup made. Okie dokie, so our pot of water's kind of boiled. We got the chicken bouillon powder in it. We're now gonna do our meatballs, just have your meatballs, and then grab 2 spoons. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna grab a spoon with some meatball, about half the spoon. Then we're just gonna form it real quick. We're just gonna plop it in, and we're gonna keep on doing that till all the meatballs are done. And this is the way my wife loves to do quick, easy meatballs for dinner. None that have to hassle and roll them. This made the quick, easy meatballs. We'll get these all going. Now we got all of our meatballs in. They're going to keep on simmering to finish cooking, but while they do, we're going to add in the butternut squash so they can be cooking at the same time. The squash is in. We're going to let this simmer until the squash is fully cooked and softened. Just keep it on nice simmer the whole time, and we'll check on it in about 5 or 10 minutes and see if it's done. It is done, and it smells really good. One final garnish. I'll add some chopped cilantro, chopped green onions, and my wife always loves to add a little bit of black pepper on top. And there we go, home style, home cooked Vietnamese soup that you're not gonna find in a restaurant. Super simple, super easy, super healthy, and it's just gonna make your heart so warm. My family loves this. We're gonna dig right on in. I hope you all try it out yourself.